because you're pushing them off the cliff into the land of disillusionment, and it's uncomfortable. Let me give you a live example. Any of you ever changed, upgraded a software program before and found total frustration once you did it? It looked like it was going to be so easy, right? And as soon as you install it, it's all these frustrations, and you think, should have just left it the way it was. It was so much easier before. A lot of times leaders will hear grumbling when they make change and they think they're doing something wrong. Grumbling is not a sign of doing something wrong. It's a sign of a disillusionment. This is so much harder than I thought it was going to be. Why do we have to do it this way? You'll hear things like that. They need direction. Where are we going? What's it supposed to look like? But they also need coaching. And that's where we've been able to come in. You've got to get good at being able to coach people through the emotional turmoil that takes place when they make change. You ever set a goal? First of the year, what's the goal everybody sets? Lose weight, eat healthier, exercise more. And for about 2 days, you're pretty excited about that goal. So you get hungry on day 3, and there's something there you're not supposed to eat, like donuts or anything else. And you think, this is too hard, I'll just go back to the way it was. And we end up where we were again, because we snap back to comfortable from the land of disillusionment, unless we have somebody coaching us through those emotional changes. Let me show you what I mean. Here's the video clip I talked about. Anybody not see the movie The Blind Side? Not familiar with it? Okay, a couple people. So I'll set up the scene for you. This scene is the difference between invitation and challenge. It's the difference between being highly directive and coaching. There's a scene where there is a young boy, he's an orphan, African-American young man. He gets adopted by a wealthy white family. They put him on a football team. He's not getting the concept of playing football, and the coach is being highly directive, screaming at him, telling him how to do it. The mother, who's not even part of practice, sees this happening, and she intervenes. And what I want you to watch is, watch how she's invitational first. She reminds him of his goal, of his worthiness, of the value that he brings. And then she connects it to the outcome she's looking for. So this is the scene. It's a long way to walk around this desk.
That horse collar thing you just did, you're going to get flagged and I'm going to be pissed. You hear me? All right, go.
Baby, wash my stuff. All right. Okay.
At least I know they're on the bus. They're terrified till they realize he's a marshmallow. Looks like Tarzan plays like Jane.
You need me to Bert?
We're in the middle of practice, Leanne.
Thank you later. Come on. Do you remember when we first met and we went to that horrible part of town to buy those dreadful clothes? And I was a little bit scared and you told me not to worry about it because you had my back. Do you remember that?
Yes, ma'am.
And if anyone tried to get to me, you would have stopped them, right? When you and SJ were in that car wreck, what did you do to the airbag?
Stop it.
You stopped it. You stopped it. This team is your family, Michael. You have to protect them from those guys, okay? Listen. Okay. Tony here's your quarterback, all right? You protect his blind side. When you look at him, you think of me, how you have my back, how you have his, okay? Go back. All right. Uncle Lumpy here is your tailman. When you look at him, you think of SJ. Now, you've never let anyone or anything hurt him. You understand me? All right, go back. Got it?
What about Collins and Mr. Tony?
They can be on the team too. Are you going to protect the family, Michael?
Yes, ma'am.
Good boy. And go have some fun. Yelling at him doesn't work, Bert. Trust men. His experience doesn't tend to care about you until they despair.
All right, fight.
SJ, you're going to want to get this. Michael, come on.
Okay. What'd you say to him?
You should get to know your players, Bert. He tested 98% in protective instincts. I said you could thank you later. It's later, Bert.
It's not a great scene. How much longer did it take her to draw out the change in behavior she was looking for? How much longer time did she spend than the coach? Maybe a minute? Doesn't take long. If you can look for the gold in people and draw it out, put it in front of them and remind them this is the value you bring, and then connect it to the outcome that you need, you will be so much better than most of the managers out there, because most of the leaders out there are a lot like that coach, aren't they? Have we all worked for that coach at one point or another? So the thing she said was, you got to get to know your players, Bert. I wish I had a lot more time to spend on this because I think it's so important, but you can actually go on our website and take this quiz to get to know yourself as a player. And we call this the personal vibe quiz. Any of you done a personality kind of model like DISC or Myers-Briggs? Which one have you done?
Myers-Briggs.
Myers-Briggs. Do you remember what your combination was?
Not right now, no.
It's hard to remember. Most people don't remember it. It's a combination of 4 letters like INFP, ENFJ. We actually had one guy tell us he was an ESPN. I don't think that's one of them, but okay. We get that. So we came up with one that was a whole lot simpler to remember and simple to apply, which is most important. And so when you look at a jazz band or you look at a team, there's 4 types of personalities. There's the performer, the person that wants to be the center of attention and entertain and influence people. There's the producer, the person who wants to be visionary and put the whole event together. Find the ticketing company, the band, the advertising company, and connect all of those pieces that have more of an aerial view of things. There's the arranger in any band. They're the detail-oriented person that can focus for long periods of time on little details. And we need those people, especially those of us that run a whole lot faster. The arranger is the one that can write the musical charts for every single musician, and it takes a lot of focus. And then there's the harmonizer in any great band. Anybody sing? Anybody a musician in the room? So when you're doing harmony, when you're singing harmony, are you singing 2 of the same notes or 2 different notes? 2 different notes that are complementary. A harmonizer on the team is the support person that makes everybody else sound better. So you can see that they all bring value, but our tendency is to look for other people who are wired just like us. I do a class that talks about visual clues, how to pick up on what people are, what maturity looks like, and what drives each of these personalities. But I just want to give you 2 clues to look for in people to pick up on what they are. The first clue is, what is their energy? Pacing. What is their pacing? Are they fast-paced and kind of intense? Like I talk really fast? Do they move fast? Do they walk fast? You could sit on campus and pick out the fast-paced personalities just watching them walk across campus. If they're fast-paced, they're either a performer or a producer, most likely. Or are they slow-paced, more thoughtful, more interesting? For some of you fast-paced people, that was painful for me to go that slow. But the slow-paced people usually think through things a little more thoroughly, and so they bring a lot of value. They're slow-paced, you might be a harmonizer or an arranger. So look at their pacing, mirror their pacing if you want to connect with them. The other thing I want you to listen for when you start a conversation with people is, do they start off trying to connect relationally? And that's usually chit-chat. Hey, how are ya? How was your weekend? How are things going on vacation? What are you doing? How was the party last week? They want to connect relationally. Or are they task-oriented as a first priority? Hey, what's up? What are you doing? Not a lot of chit-chat. Can you already see potential for misunderstanding? Do you have somebody that wants to connect relationally first and then talk about a task? Or somebody who's task-oriented first and then will connect relationally? About 90% of the CEOs that I coach tend to be in that upper quadrant, the producer personality. They're fast-paced, they're bottom line, they're task-oriented, they don't have time for a lot of chit-chat, they just want to get stuff done. I have one in particular, we'll call him Bob, because that's his name. And Bob, if I call Bob, hey Bob, how's it going? He'll say, great, what do you need? Now, if I'm relational, which I am more performer than I am producer, my tendency will be to want to chit-chat. But I need to meet Bob in his box, so Bob feels like I get him. I get his priorities. If you can look for those little clues in people and match them, meet them in their box. If they talk faster than you, speed up. If they talk slower, slow down a little bit. Be cognizant of what's important to them. It's amazing, but people will trust you more. You mentioned trust. Trust is really important. And that's, people trust you more if they feel like you get them. So watch their pacing and listen for how they start a conversation. Those 2 clues right there will set you apart from, honestly, 98% of the people out there. When you're interviewing for a job, when you're talking to a professor, look for those things and you'll connect better with people if you just notice those 2 things. If you want, I put the website on the bottom of your handout. You can go on our website on the front page and scroll down that says, what's your vibe? You can take the quiz and you'll get a printout of your blend of all 4. Well, a blend of all 4, but you tend to dominate 1 or 2. And you can get an idea of how you're wired. Very interesting conversation with your friends or your sweeties. So you're more than welcome to do that. It's free. The only thing I'd ask is when you register, it has a place for what company you're with, because we have all of our company clients take this. Just put in a personal email address where it says company, and we'll know we're not supposed to put your scores with one of our companies. So let me show you the value of some of these different personality types. So for you Giants fans and you A's fans, I know you like this guy too, Hunter Pence. When the Giants were down, they, in the 2012, my husband knows these statistics so much better than I do, they were down a game, they were in this key game before the playoffs. They were playing Cincinnati Reds, and they had to win this game or they would be blown out of the playoffs. And their morale was kind of down, they were kind of discouraged, and we were in the clubhouse just about to go out and play this game. And if any of you have ever seen Bruce Bochy, man, that guy is even keel. You can't tell if they won or lost based on his demeanor. And he did a pep talk. I'm not sure how exciting that pep talk was, but just before they ran out on the field, Hunter Pence said, Coach, can I say something? Bruce said, okay, sure. And Hunter Pence launched into this inspirational talk. They nicknamed him the Reverend, and he told players, I don't want to go home. I like playing with you guys. Total chemistry, right? I enjoy coming to the park every day. I want to see what you're wearing tomorrow. And he gave this huge inspirational talk. It completely changed the vibe or the momentum of the team. They ran out on the field, they won the game, and they went on to win the World Series. So this video clip I have for you is Hunter Pence's teammates impersonating this very inspirational talk he gave.
Nobody's been what we've been through. Nobody will stand in our way.
Now, you guys, I won't go out there and die for you.
Oh God, I want to play with you tomorrow. Yes.
Those are really good. Every time you get a filet mignon,
Every inning.
every time you get a piece of chicken, a piece of fish, you want to throw it on the grill, you gotta think, when? You guys want something? I got something. I got one more day. I want to see you. I want to play with every single one. One more day. I don't care. I want to Terry.
I want to see what Terry's going to wear tomorrow.
I want to see what Ryan Terrio is going to wear in the field tomorrow. I want to play with you, baby. You win this together, baby.
I don't want to go home. I don't want to go home.
I freaking love you guys.
This is what it's about. I want to see you guys one more day. This is gonna happen. I know you guys should have. Let's play. Let's do this for us. Let's do this for the band. I love this team, and I want to be with every single one of you for one more day.
Isn't that the best? Sometimes you need to find your inner Hunter Pence and learn to rally your team. It was really funny, as my oldest stepson looks exactly like him, and he's the A's fan also in our household, and he gave me so much grief about being a Giants fan, and then when Hunter Pence joined the team, little kids started asking him for his autograph because they all thought he was Hunter Pence, which I think is wonderful payback. He's a nice guy, though. If it's a really little kid, he doesn't have the heart to tell him he's not Hunter Pence, but I just think it's so fun. So remember, as a leader, do it fearful. When you're afraid, do it anyway. Ramp up your sense of urgency to get things done. Be curious. Always be curious. Be hungry for more. You can see I couldn't continue with this attitude. I had to throw a little something else in there. You got it. Become great at building teams and building a vibe among groups. College is a great laboratory to test out your skills. Can you rally a team? Can you draw out the best in them? Can you identify the gold in people and show it to them and remind them of their value? Because trust me, they're not getting it anywhere else. It puts you at such a great place to speak into people's lives when you can pull out their gold and hold it up in front of them. Describe the future in a compelling and inspiring way. And get a coach. All the great leaders have a coach. All the great baseball players, all the great athletes, they all have coaches. Invite somebody who will speak into your life, who will speak some truth into your life, who will be invitational to you, who knows when to challenge you, and who knows when to prop you up and be the Hunter Pence in your life. Those things will make a difference. I have one final video. Are the videos good? Do they help? Everybody likes to mix it up a little. But I want to see if there are any questions. I don't want to run you late before I close with this last video. Do you have any questions about being an executive coach? What it takes? Anybody have a desire to be an executive coach? Really? I scared you all off. Okay, a couple. I'll tell you, it is a blast to walk with somebody as they build something great and as they lead something great. It's a lot of fun to get some insight into how they think and how they strategize and how they plan. It's a lot of fun.
Don't you would have to have a natural skill to coach. I mean, like, most people, like, they just know how to do. Usually the coaches are the ones that see the outside perspective like that.
That's true. Coaching is really a skill set that you develop.
Tell the story between being the hero and being the guy.
So
That's what it means to be a really good coach.
that's true. That's a great point. So there's this guy named Donald Miller who wrote a book called Blue Like Jazz, and he he's gone on to start a company called Story Branding. If you can, go find him. His stuff is amazing. And basically what he says is to really brand a company or